Hello, today we're going to talk about the IB individual oral higher level. So, first of all, you're going to need to go on my website, IB language, B French, and then either you scroll down to here or you click on resources, ressources pour le niveau supérieur. Within that page, all the way down at the bottom, there is something about l'oral supérieur, which is the oral thing. So first of all, let's have a look at what do you need to have as skills for your um, individual oral. Okay, so first of all, why is it important? Well, those elements in green on your screen right now are the most important aspects about that. So this video is simply to follow up because you are able to access the document. You can read that document in French and you can, until you read it and try to understood it, then I would suggest you can, if you haven't done that, stop now. Excellent. You have now clicked play. So first of all, what is key there is to extract the different aspects. The speaking exam for the International Baccalaureate French or Language B, which is the same for pretty much everybody, is to present for 4 minutes one of the two books, an extract from one of the two books that you've read about during the time of your course. And as a result, then you need to be able to have the following skills during that time. So you need to be able to situate the extract in books, situer l'extrait dans le livre. You need to know the preceding chapter and the following chapters. How does it go? How does it unfold? Qui sont les personnages et que font-ils? What are the characters and what are they doing? What is the importance of the extract in relation to the book? And also, you need to be able to say where the extract takes place, and that's why those things are important. You need to be able to summarize the chapter of which you have the extract about. What are the key themes of that chapter, the thème clé du chapitre? Watch out, résumer in French is to summarize. La signification de ces thèmes, the meaning of those themes, or are there any morals or things or messages that are within that text? The opinions, and by this we mean your opinion as a reader in general, your personal opinion as a reader, but also the general opinions about what do people would think about this general chapter? What would be the reaction of most people? Les opinions du personnage et leur point de vue. The opinions of the characters and the point of view. So those are all the things that you need to use to be able to summarize the chapter in your presentation. Faire des hypothèses. So you need to be able to make hypotheses on the characters, the personnages, sur les événements de l'intrigue, on the events of the plot, l'intrigue, qui were there, sur des fins différentes. Would you end the book differently? Or alternative events, okay, or things that you could change in the book if you were writing a book. Those are always interesting things to have when you talk about books you've read. Si l'œuvre avait été écrite dans une autre culture, if the book had been written in a different culture, what would you have said? For example, studying l'étranger, which take place in Algeria, if it was taking place in Stockholm, would it have the same impact on the reader? Would it? Would it not? Connaître le déroulement de l'examen, you must know about the exam. And you know that your exam is actually 15 minutes max, and you've got time within that to read the extract, and you've got time as well to those 15 minutes of preparation. So you can read the extract, you can annotate, and you can plan your presentation that needs to last about 4 to 5 minutes. Then it's followed up by a conversation about the extract for another couple of minutes. And then later on, when your teacher says, and maintenant nous allons passer à la conversation, then you move on to the conversation. And the conversation then needs to take place on one of the themes. And those themes are actually the same themes as the standard student. And that's where you need to work on those themes that you've got in there. Okay, so in the last section of your speaking, you need to be able to talk about this. If you're not entirely sure about what are the timings for your speaking exam, you can have a look at the IB documentation that I'm sure you've got access with your school, but that cannot go on YouTube, unfortunately. So have a look at that. Right. So then I've looked at those. So those are the key things. Situate the extract, summarize the chapter, make a hypothesis, knowing the unfolding of the exam, le déroulement is what it means. So how is the exam structures, and you need to be able to remember themes and conversations that you had in class, valid plan, and you need to also be able to annotate live because you never know which extract's going to come up, which part of the book. On the document that you can have access here, which is on my website as well, then I've provided you with a list of sentences you could use in order to actually do the speaking. So you could here write the English version if you wanted to of this. Dans cet extrait, in this extract, there is, and it's a list of key sentences you could use in relation to the skills that we've got above that you can use to plan and learn those sentences so you can use them in your exam. Okay, I'm not going to go through those, and you can see that here some people have translated those. You can translate the rest. You can make a copy of this document or just write down the copy for yourself manually and make a copy that you can use for your exams. What is important you need to remember though for this exam is that it is an examination. It needs to be done once you've got knowledge about the two books. You can't do that before, obviously, and so that's why it's taking place in the second year. Finally, what's absolutely crucial is that you need to know the book. You need to know the plot, and you need to know what happens when. Okay, because you never know what extract you're going to have, extract or section of the book you're going to be given in the exam. So you need to be ready for any section. Could be the beginning, could be the end, could be somewhere in the middle. But the things that you need to know are always the same, and we've just gone through them. So do that. It's about 300 words long. It's not very complicated. You don't need to spend a lot of time going over the key things in the extract. What's important is that to use the extract that you're given as a springboard in order to talk about the book. So first you talk about the extract, why the extract is important, and how does it link with the rest of the book, and then you move on to the next aspect. And the next aspect being having a proper conversation with your teacher and your examiner about what actually is involved in this book and why is it interesting. And don't forget to bring in your personal uh, ideas and what you think about the book and why is it important. But my notes should help you to cover all those points. So have a look, ask questions. If you've stuck until now and you would like to have a notification for future posts, then feel free to click the notification button or leave any comments if you've got requests for the future. Thank you very much. Have a very good day or night. Bye.